it's Julie, the Gulf Coast Stitcher. Today is Monday, the 26th of November. We are past Thanksgiving and on to Christmas. What an exciting time. I love this time of year, mainly because it's temperate outside here on the Gulf Coast. It is not cold, but it is not blazes either. So this is one of my favorite times of year. Aside from the family and the goodness of the holidays and all that other stuff, I just love the climate outside this time of year. I have so much to show you in a relatively short window of time to do this video, so I'm going to zip on through it. I don't even know where I'm going to start. What have I been doing? Well, you know the ladies at Snug Harbor Crafts have a Lizzie Kate Sow going. Theirs is coming to town is the one that they're doing. I had the coming to town chart, little Lizzie Kate from 2011. So I chose to stitch it on vintage country mocha in 14 count Aida because I had a big piece of it and I knew I was just going to do the Santa. Just going to do the Santa because I'm going to just make him into an ornament for the tree. I love Lizzie Kate's. However, I'm not crazy about the font just because it's just not my style. I think it's cute as a button, but it just doesn't really match a lot of stuff I have up. I'm more samplery than Lizzie Kate fontish, if that makes sense. But I still love the charts. So did this little guy in one day. I love him. So thanks so much for that, Deb and Kef. And I have my projects in this toucan bag, which I call my Golden Girls bag because it makes me think of Miami. And I have all the Lizzie Kate Christmas snippets in here that I'm going to do. And honestly, I did that one in a night. Again, I'm probably going to omit the words and just do the Santas because I love a Santa. And I did all the DMs, the called for DMC on this. And like I said, I just did it on the vintage country mocha. So I got that guy done. I also feel like I'm on 1.5 speed because I've been watching everything on 1.5 speed. And I have had a coffee and a cranberry bliss bar already this morning, so I feel good to go. In addition to stitching, I have been crocheting like a mad woman. So this is the only one I can show you because I have another 2 that are gifts that I'm working on, but this is for me. So I just wanted to show you the colors because I think it's super, super cool. This is just a typical granny square blanket. It's my first attempt at crocheting in 25-ish years, and I love it. I'm getting right on down on this. I'm using the Lion Brand Cupcake, they call it. This one is in the colorway Beachy Mood. Beachy Mood? Does that sound right? I don't know. I think so. The wrapper's in the other area of the house. The other area. Wow. So yeah, this is going to be my personal one, and it's just so cozy to crochet on. So I got that going, and I went to Joann's yesterday. These were on sale 2 for $10. Of course, I'd already bought a ton of them, but I got a lot more for the 2 for $10 deal. So I'm set on these, and I think this is just one. I mean, that's quite big. I know it's folded and you guys can't really see, but you can imagine. So I think 2 cakes is going to be plenty. They're 600 yards. I don't know hardly anything about crocheting. I've just been watching a few YouTube videos and picked it up. I've learned a few things already. I learned that I don't like a true triple, or I guess in the US that's a double crochet. I like the half double, I think it's called. I don't know. Like I said, I just picked up the stuff. It's very relaxing. I could do it while watching TV and not focus on changing threads and needles. So it was a nice break from all the cross stitching, but cross stitching is still my number one passion. So got Lizzie Kate done in a day. Been working on the Misty Purcell's Luminous Fiber Arts Cardinal Noel. I didn't bring it here in the kitchen to show you. I haven't done a lot of work on it, honestly, because it was during that period of time that I was like, oh, let me start crocheting because I need new hobbies. Okay, so that's what I've been working on. Stitchy acquisitions. This is my own personal haul stuff. So I got some Riolis kits. I ordered these from Wichelt. I love weenie dogs. I have a weenie dog who lives with my mom, and I just thought this was so sweet just because I love the weenie dog. And this one, I've not used any of these kits yet. I talked to Gerald via Instagram and was like, do I use 1-ply, 2-ply? I don't know what I'm doing. The instructions are not in English. But this one contains DMC and, or not DMC, anchor and wool threads. So anchor, I'm assuming I will do 2 over 1 because it's Ada. And then the wool, he said just pull it off the spool and use it. So excited for that. This is one, oh my gosh, this was on back order forever. I love sepia tones and I love monochromatic type pieces. This one is called, I think it's called The Waiting. It's created by Anna Petrosian, if that's probably completely butchered. I'm 99% sure this is called The Waiting. I don't see it on here anywhere, but... And I love that they're all spooled up. I mean, honestly, Gerald, it's thanks to you that I'm trying one of these kits because I'm not a kit person. But usually, I say that, but I have like all the dimensions kits that one could ever do in a lifetime, not to mention all the Wysocki stuff. But these are already bobbinated, and I'm into it. So, yeah. There's that one. And my last one, probably one of my favorites too, is Cuckoo Clock. This my Mima, who I've talked about a lot, had a cuckoo clock that you had to pull the weights every night before you went to bed, and it really as my mind remembers, it looks a lot like this chart. I could be way off on that, but I love it. So those are the charts that I got. Let's see. Okay, this is so cool. Y'all have seen this on Donna Ray's channel, Flannel Jamie's Farm. This is Pat Ryan's book. So Pat Ryan of R&R Reproductions. This book is hard to find on Amazon. It's expensive usually because I'm sure it was self-published. It wasn't, there wasn't a ton of them printed, I'm imagining. And I was able to grab it on Stash Unload and I was super excited about it. I grabbed 2 books. This was one of them. And then the other one I got, and they're in awesome condition, y'all, is Plain and Fancy, American Women and Their Needlework from 1700 to 1850. I mean, look at this. I love that. So I have not spent the time to read through these yet because they came right before the holidays. So this gets better. So amazing condition, like mint condition, great price for both books, everything. I was so excited, so I immediately started flipping through this. And I was thrilled to see, and it's probably not that uncommon to find a copy of this signed, but it was signed by Miss Pat Ryan. So that was pretty exciting. But the even cooler thing for like a collection nerd like I am was that the lady who owned this, I'm assuming it was a lady, maybe it wasn't, the person who owned this was, had the forethought to keep the invitation to the book signing. So it says, we are pleased to announce Patricia Ryan, author of Historic Samplers, will be our guest on Thursday, November 12th, 1992, from 3 to 7 for a signing and sampler conversation. Plan to stop by, meet Pat, purchase a book, and have it autographed. Please come share the special time with us. And this came from... This came from the Needle Woman East in Falls Church, Virginia. And there's some drawing on the back of it, which as I look at it, it looks like some sort of hook or tool. I don't know. Memories from long ago, I'm assuming. But I just think that's super cool. So, in addition to being in great condition and a great price, it was a great find on Stash Unload. It is signed, and that is so cool to me. So I'm going to make a little paper pocket and slide this into it so I don't lose it because, 1992 is a few moons ago, and it's cool that that has hung in there for all that time. So I received some Stitchy Kindness. And the Stitchy Kindness I received this week had just the kindest, the most amazing notes inside that just made me really, sometimes I get a little overwhelmed with school and home life and business life, and I'm like, maybe I just need to take a break. I don't want to take a break, and then I get a note that encourages me. It's super exciting. So thank you very much for that. So this, I'll just say this is from another Julie. And she made this card and she wrote a beautiful message inside. But it's painted, it's stained. I mean, it has a bird on it. It's glorious. And in that, she sent me this cute little box, little bird box, containing, wait for it, little clay needle minder birds. And they're so lightweight, and I'm an in-hand stitcher these days, and I mean, they will not impede my in-hand stitching at all. Sorry, I don't have my phone on airplane mode because Dan isn't feeling well, and he's out in the world working and doing stuff, and he's had a pretty rough go of it the past few days. And we have a huge pecan tree in our yard, which drops pecans all the time, and he squatted down on his knees to do something on his truck, and he squatted right on a pecan right at the edge of his kneecap. So in addition to having the crud, he's limping around today. So I have my phone on. Pardon the interruptions, just in case he needs me. Back to this. Super cute needle minders. So lightweight. So awesome. And some beautiful bird napkins. Eee! So that was very exciting. Thank you, Julie, so much. Then I was having a pretty rough day, and I came home to a package from Kim, Clay by Kim, and I was like, I didn't order any Clay by Kim needle minders lately because I've just been too slow out of the chute. And then before I even opened it, I was like, I bet this is from Kyle, Stitching and Sound. Kyle Reckemeyer. I was like, I bet this is from Kyle because, first of all, he's such a doll. Love you. But second of all, I was so salty about missing out on a needle minder for like the 4th or 5th week in a row. I mean, first world problems. I know that. But I really wanted one of the ones that I got. And it's just super frustrating because I have like 2 devices going. And when she posts, I'm like, I've got to jump on and get this right now. And it'll be in my cart, and then somebody buys it. Well, it's usually Fast Fingers Reckemeyer. And he's usually like, oh, look, I got a needle minder. And I'm always so happy for him, but inside I'm like, I really wanted that one. So he sent me the sweetest note, which I'm not going to read because privacy, right? But he did manage to score me the Peppermint Dragon. Kyle, this came at the perfect time, and you know I love you, and thank you so much, and I'll talk to you tonight and tomorrow night, because I always text Kyle while I'm at school. He's one of my school distractions whenever I need one. I love it. Love, love, love that. So, I haven't used it. I've been holding on to it because I wanted to do this video with the sweetest card. And I'll just sum up his card by just saying, Kyle, I couldn't agree more. I love everything about that. Thank you. And I've decided, where'd they go? Oh, here. Thanks to Michelle Rudy and her awesome enabling this, I decided, you know what? It's time for me to treat myself. Y'all probably think I treat myself all the time, but I really don't. Jumped on Etsy to check out the LaHaye's shaker boxes because at Retreat, I opted for, well, I didn't really have a choice, but I probably still would have picked the 1803 Ohio Farm Basket, which I love, Ohio Work Basket. Pardon my misspeak there. I would have picked that anyway because it was just totally cool and it worked out perfect on our table to put all of our goodies in. But I had a little bit of shaker box envy because I didn't know that I love shaker boxes until I saw everybody else's. Isn't that how it works? So, LaHaye's on Etsy. There's their information. Robert LaHaye, this fella, is arguably the best shaker box maker out there. Shaker maker. And his Etsy store is always empty. His card does say, please you know, contact him if you want a special order. Understand there's crazy wait turn times because he hand makes everything. But he had a few that he put up. So, and they were like seconds or not perfects, which, hello, I mean, a shaker box that stands the test of time may not be perfect anyway. So I got 2. I feel super fortunate. So I got this, which is a size 1. And the thing that was imperfect about this is that when he tacked these bottom tacks in on this side, this little tack here popped through. So he mitered it flush, but in doing so, you know, it's a blemish. Who cares? I'm going to have stuff in this box. I could care less. So I got that for a great price because it was a second. And then I got a size 0, which is like super tiny and cute. I can't even tell you guys how much I love this. And this said that it had a varnish blemish. I don't know if, right there it is. Can you guys see that? I mean, for real, it's like he touched it with his fingers, nicked it somehow. You cannot hardly see that. If I wouldn't have pointed it out, you probably wouldn't have found it. So these 2 little guys, so cute, sit on my stitching table. And I couldn't love them more. Thank you so much, Robert LaHaye, for being amazing. And thank you, Michelle Rudy, for, once again, enabling. All right. And then I had one more Stitchy Kindness. This seems like a lot of Stitchy Kindness, but I haven't done a video in a little bit. So, I mean, it is a lot of Stitchy Kindness, but it didn't all come in the same day. So, at Midwest, I was fortunate enough to meet and become friends with Holly and Anita. They're just as delightful in person, probably more delightful in person than they are even on YouTube, if that's possible. I felt instant kinship and loved them. And I know I'm speaking for Robbie when she feels the same way. Like, we miss them. Anita and I bonded over Charlie Harper. We were discussing Charlie Harper's, and I was like, don't buy those. I bought some lots, and I have extras. I mean, she did buy some still, but some of the ones that I knew that I had, one in particular, which was the peer group, I was like, I'll send you one. Don't worry about it. I'd rather it go to someone who loves Charlie Harper than to just go on into a lot on eBay or whatever, or just to sit here as a duplicate in my house. So she was like, no, I don't want to do that. You know, maybe we could trade. And I said, well, you know what? I love a Becky Boo's chart that you guys stitched. And she said, that's it, done. We'll swap. So this is the Becky Boo's Lady Liberty. How stinking cute is that? I don't know how I'm going to do this or what, but I love it. So thank you so much for that. She also, if that wasn't enough, which she sent me the Legend of the Dogwood Tree, which, you know, dogwoods and magnolias around here in the South they're everywhere. It's a beautiful chart. I haven't delved into how big it is. It looks large. And then she sent me the rabbit weather vane. I am a weather vane person, and I'm trying to collect all these. Anita, I don't know if you knew that, but I squealed when I opened this up, and it came from Stitchville, so it's all around win. So these are in the pile, and thank you so much. So that's it on my acquisitions, and my kindness, and my projects. And now let's talk about the shop. This is the segment of shop stuff. I also I didn't bring it over here, but I bought a piece of fabric from Linda Jo, a piece of brash, which I was super excited to get. So I'll show that in the next video. It's PTP brash. I'm sure you've seen it before, but love, love, love the color. All right. So new to the shop, I made these gift packs. These gift packs contain 18, I believe. 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to say 18 because I don't want to open it up. I haven't opened one across the room, but of the DMC variations. So, y'all, these are really nice, and they're very variegated, but they're not obnoxiously circusy variegated, if that makes any sense to you. If you want to give them a try, that's why I ordered boxes of all the colors, and then I just made a pack of one out of each box of the ones that I got. There were a few that were out of stock. Not to fear, I will order them and make more boxes of this. But, I mean, they're not, like I said, this one here is crazy variegated, but it would be beautiful on leaves on trees. But the straw color, the orange, the blues for water, I mean, super economical if you're on a budget or you just wanted to try something. Most of the overdyed flosses that you buy, I would say all of the major ones are all DMC base. So you could get it here and for very reasonable. So I have four of these left. I have already shipped out a few for people that had a special request. So 4 of these will be on the shop site as soon as I can get them uploaded. So I thought that was super cool, something different and new. And then here's my little show folder. I have no room. I have stuff piled around me. When Dan, he ran to the bank and ran to do a few errands, he comes home, he's going to be like, what has happened in here? Okay, so the new fobs, the Heartstring Samplery Festive Little Fobs Winter Edition are in. Can you just stand it? There's roller skate. Look at the snow globe. I mean, oh, these are so cute. I love the snowflake. Okay. So, those are in stock. I have several copies because I'm on auto with Beth, and I make sure to get plenty because we love her. And here's what else is in the show folder. This is an old, I shouldn't say old, a 2010 Little House Needleworks, but I fell in love with it, Hillside Travelers. I thought that was so super cool. The sentiment says, up the hill and around the bend, through the woods and home again. It's pretty big. 271 by 101, so it's not insane, but I love that. And this is thanks to Marlene, Stitching by the Lake. She showed this on her channel, and I had to get a copy for myself. So I was like, somebody else will love this, and I've already sold a ton of these. This stuff is all live already, with the exceptions of the floss and the fobs. Y'all know I've had a great sale going this week. Cherry Picker. I may have showed this before. I don't know. Love him. Old throwback Brenda Gervais. I always try to find older Brenda Gervais because I know that a lot of us have come to love her, and can't always find the older ones. This is Letters to Santa. Does it say what year? 2012. So cute. New from Carriage House. I have both of. There is a sheep sack and a reindeer feed sack. The sheep sack. I sold out on pre-orders. People just messaging me and saying, hey, if you get this, can you send it to me, before I ever even listed them. So I have more on the way. But it's like on a mustard background. I'm sure you can find it online. Pictures of it online. I have more on the way. I love this. This is stitched on gingham. You don't have to do that. I probably will stitch this on stone, which is one of my go-to, or nougat, it's also called, by Zweigart. So cool, though. I don't know how I'm going to finish it. I have to do that, though. And Christmas in My Heart, because Michelle Rudy said so. This was on a list of possible stitch-alongs for the Midwest Stitchers group online, and I said, look at... I just loved the border instantly because of this. I mean, look at that. Love the border, and I was like, whether this one wins or not, I'm buying it. Gotta have it. Another one that was on that list was Feliz Navidad. I didn't love it at first, to be honest with you, because I'm not crazy about the color. I'm not crazy about the variations in the color, but that's what I thought. I thought I wasn't crazy about it. And Michelle maybe, posted their progress. May have been Lisa Smith. I don't know. Posted their progress of this border and this top line of letters, and were like, and their comment was, it's always a shock when it comes out looking like the picture, and something to that effect, and it looked wonderful. So I was like, yes, please, I have to have that. So if I have to have it, I want y'all to have it too. This is the brand new release. I have sold so many copies of this. It's brand new. If it's not in your budget to get right now, I'm sure it will be around for a while, but you know how Blackbird goes. They sell fast and furious, and then sometimes we get more, and sometimes they don't print any extra. So this is Merrily, Merrily, We Welcome Spring. It is so cool. It is a good size sampler. This would keep you busy for a while. I love the birds. I love the little dog. I love the urns. Love it. I love this tree. I immediately thought of Felicity Stitches because she gifted some beautiful things at Midwest where she pulled out motifs from Blackbird designs, which I hadn't really thought to do before. And her little gifts for people that they were showing and sharing were so cute. And I saw this and I thought, oh my goodness, that would be the cutest pincushion ever. That little center motif. So, if you're an exchange partner with me sometime in the future, you may get this. But I thought that was cool. Christmas fobs. I know I probably have shared these before. They didn't get as wide of a reception on my site, so I don't know, maybe if I forgot to share them before. I usually sell out of the fobs really quick, so I thought I'd better give these some more attention. The bells, are you serious? How cute is that? Love the red bird. So I have winter and Christmas and fobs, and this, the more I look at this, the more I love it. Again, it didn't get a ton of attention, so either I flaked out and didn't include these in a video, or y'all were just overwhelmed with all the Christmas things coming out from all the designers. But this is Tinsel and Jingles, and I mean, I don't know if you can see, these bells are on like a garland, and then this one is mistletoe, and they're finished on shaker boxes. Beth has a video on how to do that on her Flosstube, which is super easy to follow. There's a ton of directions inside. This is a healthy size chart. I love it now that I'm a shaker box person. Who knew? And Barbara Anna, Through the Woods. A lot of people have stitched this. This was in a primitive punch needle and primitive stitcher magazine a while back, but you can purchase it now on the site. So I have copies of this, and that's it. 27 minutes. I have a ton of shipping to do because, as you guys know, I did a Black Friday sale. I let it run on through Small Business Saturday, and I just took the sale down. It is Cyber Monday. I appreciate all that y'all have done to support my shop in the past weekend. That response was overwhelming. And it went exactly as I wanted it to. I was able to clear out some inventory because new year, new charts. Designers are getting ready for market. So exciting. I just really appreciate y'all for allowing me to do this. I mean, this, at the end of the day, it takes work from my part, but without you guys, I wouldn't have this quaint little shop that I operate out of my house. But I've really made some deep friendships. I've received some beautiful kindness. I feel as if I've done my best to repay that kindness to many of you. I just think how wonderful it is, how different my life would be, how different it was this time 2 years ago. This time 2 years ago, I was leaving the crazy retail management world and deciding to go back to school, and Dan and I had blended our families, and I found myself with a little extra time on my hands because I wasn't working 65 hours a week, and I jumped in with both feet, first to the stitch community, then into owning an online stitching shop, and it has just been the best experience. I have had one kind of weird interaction and kind of sketchy experience. Otherwise, it has been such a blessing. So I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful week. I've got work to do, so I will see you soon. Bye-bye.